Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with...
GigaCon.
That's right. That's right. GigaCon. And, of course, with you guys. And I'm on the road again. Can't wait to get on the road again.
You want to hear something interesting that happened to me yesterday real quick?
What happened to you yesterday that was interesting?
So I had to pick up somebody's medication.
Uh-huh.
And would you believe, I didn't see the person, would you believe they were born in 1930?
1930? Damn.
I didn't see the person.
How did you know they were born in 1930?
Because you have to give them the medication from the date of birth.
All right. You know, Grandpa was born in 1938.
That's like, they must have seen that.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely. Wow. So, 92 years old. Shout out to the 92-year-old. So, I'm on the road early. It's actually 9 o'clock. I need to reset my clock in my car. I don't know how to. This is where daylight savings times kills me. It's the dumbest shit ever. But anyway, it's 9 o'clock and I'm on the road, headed down the road, doing some work, taking care of some business, getting ready for the red brick house. And after I ended up doing my morning video this morning, shout out to DDMMV, as well as some others who shared with me a video interview with DeMarcus Lawrence, who has a new deal. And my morning video was talking about how the Dallas Cowboys have it made because when something goes wrong, we as the fans take sides and fight amongst ourselves. And I equated it to, if you watch Dr. Pimple Popper, think about this. They get that big abscess and stuff, right? They go through with that little thing and they kind of drill a little hole into it and they squeeze it out and all that nastiness just comes all out, right? And they're taking the gauze and cleaning it up, right? That is a symptom of a problem. Because if you notice, what she does is she goes back in and after all the pus is cleaned out, she gets that root, that little hard thing in there, which is what's generating all of the mess. Because once she gets that out of there, it won't come back. And herein lies our problem. We keep dealing with, and fighting about like Amari Cooper, best route runner. We're going to miss him. Dak wasn't doing anything without him. Amari Cooper, checked out in games, took plays off, didn't block. And we're fighting amongst us. But we're not looking at the root problem of the situation, which is Stephen Jones. But what we got last night, I had so many people bombard me and stuff and said, man, you're wrong about this whole thing, man. Mike Fisher set the record straight. That's in everybody's contract with the Cowboys. I didn't say, except for Dak Prescott. I'm just pointing out, to me, it's only with the Cowboys. But literally, you could go on vacation and you could go parasailing and they could take away your guaranteed money by that contract. If you read all of the details and go through that, it says if you get fined by the NFL, we got guys that get fined for, wrong color socks. You get fined for, sometimes we get bullshit calls against us, unnecessary roughness ones. You could get that fine and they could say, we could take away your guaranteed money. Now, they haven't done that in the past, but it's there and they can. And that contract, that's crazy. So here's another little example and nugget. DeMarcus Lawrence did an interview with somebody on YouTube last night, and shout out to, we got a Cam update that just came through. I'll have to check that in a second. He just sent me a tweet. And of course, I'll be looking out for the damn Gina breaking news as well while I'm on the road. But he was talking about his situation currently and negotiating with the Joneses. You'll remember, basically, the last time he got a contract, he literally was, you know what, the Cowboys are screwing with me. I'm not getting my shoulder done until they do. He was trying to use the leverage he had. We all vilified him and things for not getting his shoulder worked on and so on. And I, of course, said, look, If the Joneses really wanted the guy, they'd get this thing done. They'd see the urgency on here. You literally have to put a gun to the head of them to get them to negotiate. And that's what D-Law did by not getting his shoulder worked on until he got his contract. In the end, it ended up hurting our season because he wasn't able to work out on that shoulder all off season. Yes, he started the season, but as a defensive end, you can't play with one arm. You got to have full strength on both of them. So just this past week, when we ended up doing this negotiation, Stephen Jones is being applauded. Great deal, man. You got D-Law to take a new deal, and going from $27 million cap hit to 13. Great. We saved some cap money. That wasn't Stephen Jones's idea. D-Law literally said it was an embarrassment of what he offered. He didn't want to go into details because technically, if you read what they put in Randy Gregory's contract, that interview that D-Law did could lose him his guaranteed money, because in that contract it basically says if you say anything negative about the Cowboys, the organization, the coaches, the training staff, hell, even the ball boy, that they deem, you see, they are the judge, jury, and executioner of what they deem as negativity, they could take your guaranteed money away. And that's where I was looking at this and saying, if it's Randy Gregory versus having that in it, same money and not in it, you look at it and say that's a better deal. So what they came to, Stephen Jones came to him, the offer was, D-Law, after all that you've done, we're going to offer you a 1-year, $10 million deal. It's like, wait a minute. You offered 13 to Randy Gregory. Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz is getting 10.8 on the franchise tag. You're going to come to me with the 10 million? I mean, listen, D-Law wasn't worth $27 million cap hit. You're the first one to say that. I've said that over and over again. You can't have him as a cap hit of $27 million. It's too much. 15? Okay, I can live with that. 13? Great. But come on, 10? 10? This is Stephen Jones. I mean, literally, not that $10 million wouldn't be life-changing for me, because it damn sure would be. But we're not talking about apples and oranges. Think about if you went to your job today and you've been there, you've done everything you're supposed to do. You're, the top half of your profession, doing everything that they say to you. And let's say you were making $27 an hour. They're going to say, well, we're going to have to let you go, or we'll pay $10 an hour. What would you do? Would you say, oh, okay, sure. I'm just happy to work for the company? No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, screw you, which is what D-Law basically said, screw you. So here we have the situation of Stephen Jones does not know how to negotiate. And the root of the problems radiate from him. You can go back and look at our cap situation where he's waited to do deals and says, we got to get a good deal, and we end up getting a worse deal than had you settled for the original deal. Zeke Elliott's deal is hamstringing us. At least with Dak's contract, you got enough triggers in there that in the voidable years, you learn from that situation. But the whole thing with Randy Gregory, y'all messed that one up. And you can try and blame the agent and say the player's greedy and this, that, and the other. Y'all messed that up. We'll see what happens with Von Miller and Bobby Wagner. But maybe, somehow, some way, we can end up getting a positive out of what just happened. Right? You think we're going to get Bobby Wagner? Von Miller?
If you believe what they're saying, that people are saying that they're close to a deal.
I'm just hoping that it's not.
Bobby Wagner.
I'm just hoping that it's not one of the Earl Thomas situations where they're just using us to get a better deal elsewhere. You know,
Von Miller really wants.
We get pimped out a lot.
Hey, Von Miller really wants to come to the Cowboys.
Yeah, well, so did Earl Thomas until he got offered more money.
Earl Thomas is crazy.
Thank God we dodged that bullet.
All that stuff he did to him and the brother, crazy.
Okay. All right, good people. I will see y'all on the other side. And don't worry, we'll keep up with the da-da-da-da-da-da Dan Gina report. Peace.